Hey everybody, it's Clayton Delaney. I'm glad that you're here. Sit down, relax. I'm going to tell you a story about the time that I met a butthole. In 8th grade, I started playing a drum set. I played drums in elementary school, and I was one of the best in our class. And so I wanted to learn how to play a drum set, because you're not cool if you don't play a drum set, right? Youth minister at First Baptist Church that I was going to at the time decided, hey, you're good enough to play in the youth group and we need a drummer, so I started playing. And then he decided, let's have a youth service, so I had to play in the youth service. We had 4 practices, and to say I was terrified of doing this is a huge understatement. Going from a familiar place, the youth room with 30 kids, roughly about my age, to the sanctuary, which was unfamiliar, big church, several hundred adults, I was losing my mind. But I had a game plan. Don't play anything fancy, just stick to basics. And it went really well. After the service, we had to wait for everybody to file out of the sanctuary to break stuff down to put back behind the stage. And while we're waiting, I had a mother and father come up to me, and I kind of knew who they were, and they kind of knew who I was. And I'll never forget, the dad came up to me and he said, "Hey, nice drumming up there." And before he could get that out of his mouth, he turned to his wife and he went, and they both openly started laughing hysterically. All my friends are around me, and I think my family was across the aisle. Luckily, I don't think they were close enough to hear it, but it was a humiliating experience. I went from a place where I was feeling really good about what I had just done to a place where I was questioning, why am I wasting everybody's time playing drums? Apparently, I'm not very good at it, and why should I even be at church? If there's buttholes like this at this church, why should I even be here? So there's 2 morals to the story of this. And that's not a super happy story, but here's the morals. One is that we can give in to that discouragement. I could have said, I'm done with drums, I'm done with church, I'm going to wipe my hands of it, I'm going to walk away and be done with it. Thanks, it's been real, it's been fun, but it hadn't been real fun. Or, and that's my New Zealand accent, or I could have done what I ended up doing. I ended up playing all the way up until I graduated, and I still play drums today. Now, I ignored those people's discouragement. I ignored their public mocking of me, and I came to the realization that I like drums. I like playing drums. And I'm not probably going to ever be sponsored by a drum company or a drum product line, but that's okay. I just enjoy playing drums. And here's the second moral. Don't be a butthole to people. The world has enough of them as is. Encourage somebody. If you think they did a good job on the guitar solo or singing, or they made a t-shirt, or they decided to make hemp bracelets, or make a pair of duct tape shoes, or they're building a shed in their backyard, and you think they did an okay job, tell them, hey, you did pretty good on that, man. I really think that's a pretty good job you did. Encourage somebody. The idea, the feeling of being encouraged can mean the world to somebody. So if you're going through something and somebody's telling you you can't do it, I beg to differ. And I want to encourage you to prove them wrong. Show them that you can play drums. Show them that you don't care if they don't like your singing. Show them that you can do it. Encouragement. Encourage people. I'm Clayton Delaney, and that was the time that I met a butthole.